Welcome fellow hams and YouTubers. Quick video today on the YAESU 101 FTDX 101D. It's the FTDX 101D. You can get the 200 watts, which is the FTDX 101 MP. But yeah, I've just got the D variant of this particular radio. So yeah, we'll have a quick look at the front panel, and I'll show you the rear panel later. But yeah, there's a lot to go over in this particular radio. This is an excellent radio. It's still #1 on the Sherwood list, and it's my #1 radio in this particular shack. And I do like this radio. On previous videos I said about the old ICOM 78700, but this is a quality piece of kit as well. It's a modern radio, so you have got the plastic buttons, but they've got a nice feel to them. That they're not loose. For instance, the ICOM 7610, they're quite wobbly, the buttons. Well, they're not on this particular radio. They're quite sturdy, even though it is a modern radio. So I don't know, if you go back to the Mark 5 field, MP Mark 5 field, that's a sturdy radio. That's a YAESU radio, but it's they have on the older radios they have aluminium switches. But anyway, I'm waffling on here. So let's have a quick look at the front panel. Let's move it across a little bit. So you've got your main on and off switch. You've got USB ports. I have a mouse in this, and sometimes I put a keyboard in. If I'm messing about with CW, this radio can decode CW. Well, I send CW, but via a keyboard. Next thing down is an actual key to put a Morse key, and you've also got an output on the back, which I'll show you later. Then you've got your microphone jack, and then obviously your mic input as well. This is where the mic goes at the bottom. Go across the hard buttons at the bottom here. You've got your tune button, your Vox button, your Mox button, your Zin spot, your DSP, and your short menus, and your function button, which you press long press your function button, you get into the main menus. And then you have your soft, it's a touch screen radio, this. So yeah, you can change your frequency if you touch them, and you can change your different to the IPO off. So you can touch everything on the screen, and you've got your soft buttons at the bottom here that you can use. But also on this, which is better than the ICOM, if you're using a mouse, I've got a mouse on it, but it's shoved underneath the bench at the present moment in time. On the ICOMs, you can only touch the screen. So say you want to, this is all you can do, this bottom of the screen. But as I said, with this, you can change everything. You can even go up to the frequency at the top and change the frequency if you wanted to. But ICOMs, you can only use a mouse in this particular area. So YAESU have got that bang on as well. It's a lot easier with a mouse. I use this with a monitor, an outboard monitor, which I'll show you later on. So yeah, it's a lot quicker to navigate with a mouse sometimes. So anyway, we'll move this across a little bit, go to this side. Yeah, so let's go again. So this is your mold button. So if you top band from 4 meters to top band, this radio it's got a general coverage and a 4 meter button, and obviously the 6 meters. But most radios are HF and 6 meters, but this has got 4 meters in, so yeah, 70 megs. So it's a nice feature in this as well. and obviously, yeah, you got your general coverage. So let's go across the top. You've got your RX and TX button, main and sub, and then you've got your RX and TX for your sub band. So receive, just go back here a second. It's, as you can see, it's turning the receive on for the sub button. Just getting this back into the normal place. So you've got your main button, which is white, and your sub, which is blue. If you look on the frequency displays, you'll see this is blue, so that's on BVFO, and when it's on white, it's on your main VFO. And you'll notice when I come across here a little bit now, white is for your main VFO and blue is for your sub VFO. So as you see in here, the RF gain here and the RF gain here, so that's your main VFO, which is in white, and the sub VFO is in blue. So anyway, let's just go down in a minute. This is your mode button. If you press it, you can go whatever you set it to, but let's just go over here 1 second again. But if you long press it, it goes into a mode, so you can pick whichever mode you want to go into. Press it again, get out. You do a short press, it's gone on FM. So I've set 1 to FM, so when I'm tuning, you're supposed to do it on RTTY, but I do it on FM. It can change your mode for tuning, just for tuning purposes. It's when I put it through linear. And back to SB. So your mode button, your SSB button, and your CW button. The multi-function buttons here, so you can go on upper sideband, lower sideband. You can go CW upper or CW lower. Break it, stuff's come on now. So yeah, so let's go back to SSB. So that's your CW buttons. Then you've got your braking. So you're doing CW, and that's your braking button there. And this is your monitor button, and the switch right at the bottom is a multifunction button. At the present moment in time, I've got this connected to my DNR, so noise reduction. So if I long press my noise reduction, come across here, I can do my noise reduction, which will easily have it set on 3. But you can change this button to whatever you desire. So say I wanted to do them as a monitor, selecting my monitor, there's a noise reduction, your noise blanket level. You can select this button to what you want it to do. I usually have this on power. Let's just get out of here a minute. So if I press this now, if I turn this, sorry, you can see RF power. It's on RF power. That's what I've dedicated it to. But it does multiple things, i.e. your noise blanker, like I said, if I long press the DNR, it comes on this, but it comes on this multifunction button. That's it. That's it. That's the volume. Yeah, the multifunction button. So yeah, clever piece of kit as well. Turn my noise blanker off. Yeah, so this, if you're going up to the top now, this is your sync button. So as you can see on the frequency, I'm on 40 meters and the BVFOs on 28. So if you want to sync, you sync them. So if I use the VFO now, they're synced. So that's your sync button. Your split operation, if you look at the screen again, you'll see the TX go on the right hand side. So you're trying to get a DX contest, a DX station, and you're the same 5 or 10 up. So that's your split button. But you can also obviously dial it in on both VFOs, and as long as you've got receive on BVFO, you can transmit on your main VFO. So there's various ways of doing that. Then you've got your clarifier receive and your TX clarifier. And this is what I was saying about the blue. This is lit up in blue. This is volume for, let's just sync this up again.
After the power supply, and I'm using that and talk.
So that's for your B VFO.
So there we go. Microphone back to you.
So I've turned the RX off now on that. So you go to the bottom one, which is white. Now it's gone on the main VFO. So turn these down. So the outer ring on the outside, that's your RF gain, and the same on this one here, it's your RF gain. So that's them buttons. Oh God, I've got a brain block today. That's this side explained. On the outer ring, you've got the clarifier, and then you've got the quick memory button, which is in blue. Then fine tuning. So let's skip across here again a moment. If you go on this side, you've got your VC tune. Turn it on. This is on your VC tune. You got your CS button and your main and sub. So I can this outer ring. I can use it to tune the VC tune. Let's just go back over here again. 1 second. Just so I can show it. It's a multifunctional VFO, and by the way, this VFO it feels beautiful, nicely weighted, very smooth running, a dream to work, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, if I go back over here, so the outer, this is now for fast tuning, the outer ring. If you can see me, let's go back over it a bit. But it's multifunctional, so if I press VC tune, if you look at the screen, top of the screen now here, you can see the VC tune, it's tuning the VC tune. So it's multifunctional. But it also, if you go back to this button here, main and sub, when it's lit up, it's now doing the sub VFO. Light it up for you. So yeah, it does your main and sub. So it's a multifunctional ring on the outside. I can't remember what they call it, but it's another VFO, but it's multifunctional, VC tune or fast step tuning. On the icons, when you spin the VFO, it can scoot up the band. Well, this is how you do it on the YAESU radios. So let's go up to the top over here. So you got your processor. Let's have a go over here. You got your processor and your mic gain on this particular knob at the top. But if you're in CW mode, it's also your key speed for your keyer for CW. If you go down to this here, this is your VFO and your memories, VFO write, VFO read, and then you've got your noise blanket for B VFO, and your noise reduction, your automatic notch filter. Then you've got your manual notch filter, which you use on this switch here, and your contour and your APF, which all used from these controls here. If you go over to the ones on your left, this is your shift and your width, and all these are exactly the same, and this is for the AVFO, which is in white. So let's just go over here a moment. I'll just show you the shift and width. So if I want to change the width, I can change the width, and obviously I can do the shift. And you can see that it's now lit up here. It's now got the little LEDs lit up. If you want to put it back to standard, you just press the end. Now it's back to its original settings. But that's how you do that. So it's all these little things about pressing buttons and you know, thinking what was it on before? You know, if you're doing your shifting your width and you're thinking, what was it on before? That puts it back to normal. And the same with the notch filter. You've got your notch and your contour and your APF. This does exactly the same. It's a multifunctional, the outer ring, inner ring, whatever you're doing. So it's just to put notch on, no sorry, that's contour, and this is your notch. So if you want to get that back to normal, all you do is long press and it's back to normal. So that is the radio, the buttons on the radio. I'm hoping I'm explaining this correctly, because I seem to be getting a bit tongue-tied today. Have a quick slurp in my brew. And like I said, there's a lot to learn, but I've had this radio for 2 years now, and I've learned how to run it. But, to be fair as well, just noticed my camera's gone out of sync. Whoops, bit drunk there. Yeah, the camera's gone a bit wobbly, but anyway, yeah, I've had this for 2 years now, and I've got used to running it. But if you use another radio for a period of time, I've got a Sun SDR radio, and I come back to this the other week, and I thought, how do you do this and how do you do that? So yeah, you do forget, but you get it back in memory quite quick. But yeah, it's got a fantastic. It looks quite complicated if you go into the menus. It looks quite complicated, but you get round it, and once you set everything in here, there's only like your noise levels, noise reduction and stuff like that you mess with most of the time, but everything else, once it's done, it's set. So yeah, and what I've got on this as well, I've got an outboard remote control for it. So I've set up all my macros, which I'll show you the back later where the remote control fits in. So yeah, I've set all my macros up, so everything's done. But yeah, it looks complicated, but it's not. It's when you start getting into the menus and your TX audio and stuff. But once it's set up, I'll show you how to do this as well in my tips and tricks. Yeah, tips and tricks video. Your parametric EQ and stuff. So yeah, it looks quite complicated. If you, like myself, I came from an ICOM. Setting up the audios very easy, and the receive. But yeah, there's more to the YAESU. But there's loads of stuff on the internet, and you do get your head around it. But when you first get it, it's a bit like, wow. As I said, I've had this for a couple of years, and I really enjoy the radio. A lovely piece of kit, very well made, and if I was going to say to anybody what radio should you get at the present moment in time, it'd be the YAESU 101D or MP. Fantastic piece of kit. But having said that, this is the top end of YAESU. The 710 from YAESU, awesome radio. The receiver's as good as this, but it's just got a little bit more with the VC tune. So this is just an higher end, but the smaller YAESU radios, the actual receive on them and you transmit, you can't beat them. Same thing again, all the YAESUs are top on the Sherwood list. Not most people, well, not everyone's interested in that, but it's just to say that like the top of the tree at the present moment in time. There seems to be a battle with ICOM and YAESU ICOM are on at the top at one time, the top dog, and then next minute YAESU is, and at the present moment time YAESU is. So anyhow, we'll have a quick look at the back, and I'll catch you in a moment. Yeah, I'll leave you with pictures of the back of the radio. They're all numbered, and it says what it is on the back of the radio. So all the information's up on the screen, and I'll leave you as well with a bit of a video of the monitor setup that I've got. Like I said, I use the mouse and keyboard. I use the keyboard if I'm doing CW, because it does receive on CW. The 101D and MP. It code's quite good actually. But so yeah, I've had a few conversations on CW, like, but using a keyboard, not a key. Okay, I'll send 7 thieves for now, and I hope you like the video. GZO DTX. Bye bye.
Charlie Alpha Romeo Lima, and I'm operating portably on the beach here. Durham Coast Beach, over.
Yeah, Roger, 5 and 9 here, just into Norwich, Norfolk.
Yeah, quick signal into there from Norwich there, no problem at all here, and running the ICOM 7100, just under 50 watts at the moment, in the 12 amp hour battery, and the aerials at homemade end-fed halfway over.
Yeah, Roger, it's doing a good job, Carl, so I'll leave you to get plenty more activations. 73.
Yeah, thank you, and have a great weekend, and thanks for calling in, 73. Papa Delta 2, Golf Charlie Mike Stroke Mobile.